The Broadsign team was taking part in the climate march that was happening in Montreal and Toronto. One of our colleagues thought that we could do a little bit more than just march, and he actually had the great idea of putting some messaging on screens to further support the cause.
The morning of the march, around 7:30, when this idea kind of sprang up, we immediately transitioned to, can we even execute something along these lines? So what happened was a lot of very quick phone calls while people were in bathrobes, and the answer was maybe, frankly.
We had nothing ready. We just had his great idea, but we had no copy, we had no creatives ready, nothing. And we basically only had a few hours before the march started. So we always say how flexible digital out-of-home is and how quick you could launch it, but we've never actually tried with such a short leeway.
The real first moment that I knew that this could have been something is essentially when I looked over at Max and I said, hey, I think we should do something that supports this. And he looked at me like I wasn't crazy.
And Matthew was super excited. And he asked me, can we use Campsite to broadcast the message? And I said, of course, we're just going to pick the screen around the office and around the protest, and it's going to be live in minutes.
When you think of last-minute messaging, a lot of people think of using social media, but in a case like this, people are outside, they're not necessarily on their phones scrolling through hashtags. What a lot of people don't know is with programmatic digital out-of-home, you could actually be as flexible as social media.
This could not have happened without programmatic. We had to do it without making phone calls and handshakes and negotiations. This fundamentally could only happen in real time.
Campsite is the perfect tool for last-minute messaging because it really takes like 5 minutes to set up the whole campaign and upload your creative, and you're live.
It's really similar to how you book campaigns on social media. You have really simple criteria like audience, location, and environment that you could choose from.
Anybody can book a campaign that fast in Campsite. The creative ran for about 6 hours and we reached over 400,000 people.
People were marching, and once they're past the screen, they're past the screen. So if we're not there at that moment, we lose our effectiveness. That is something that cannot be achieved in any other methodology of transaction in digital out-of-home.